Hello, this is Anthony Arroyo from the AbletonCookbook.com, and I am back with a quick tip about how to make this homemade synthesizer that we've been working on for a little while, how to make it even more versatile. And this is actually a tip that I was kind of put onto by a reader actually named Navarre, who actually who pointed this out to me, but I thought it was so cool that I wanted to share it with you guys and make a little video on how to do it. So if you look at the screen right here, we have this this little synthesizer that we made with these two separate chains, oscillators, and you can see we have all the different modulations mapped up to the macros like we did in the last post. So we have all these LFO rates, all that good stuff. But one thing that Navarre pointed out to me is that, okay, so at the very first post, when we were just working on the oscillator here, I made a big deal about tuning the oscillator, because what happens a lot of times is a lot of times when you isolate this waveform, it's not going to necessarily be play a middle C. It's not going to be tuned with the rest of the default instruments. So it's really important to tune it. That way it's going to play in tune with the rest of the instruments that you have in your rack. But what's cool about this is that, so like we have this long waveform right here. And what Navarre pointed out to me is that actually if you change the start position of the just mess with the start position as opposed to the length and all that good stuff right here of the loop, then it'll actually maintain the same tuning. So if you can actually scroll through different parts of the waveform and it'll give you slightly different timbres. Check it out. So that's a little bit different, right? And so actually, but you can hear it stays in tune. So it's the exact same note. So you don't have to retune it every time. But now you basically have all these different, now you have even more waveforms available to you. And if you do this for both of them, so check this out. So both of these are going to have this this versatility. This one, for some reason, I can't hear. I'm not really sure why. But so what you can do then is you can let's see, why is this not playing? It's not good. It's not what we want. There we go. Get a little bit more. So then we have a whole different slew of sounds based on the different oscillators. So now we've basically gone from a pretty versatile synthesizer to an extremely versatile synthesizer, because now you can see that depending on what your source file is, you can have, you know, hundreds of different waveforms in there. But just make sure that you just mess with the start position and not with the length, because the length is going to change the tuning. So sorry about this. Well, check this out. Like if I change the length, then it's going to really mess with it a little bit. So you're going to want to make sure that the length stays the same. So in my case, it was 0.2, I think. Go back to it here. And that way it doesn't change my tuning. So that way, and to give you even more of a tip, what I did is I actually mapped the start positions to the start position on each chain here. I mapped them to different axes of an XY controller, and that way I was able to change it sort of on the fly and just have all those different timbres available to me by scrolling through the XY position. And I actually did that on Touch OSC, and it's really a cool way to do it on the iPad. And I'm working on a Touch OSC template for this synthesizer, specifically for the synthesizer, and that I'll be bringing on the blog as soon as it's ready, but I want to make sure I don't let it out there before it's nice. So anyway, that's one quick tip to make this synthesizer, this homemade synthesizer, even more versatile than it was already. Hopefully that's useful, and I will talk to you guys later.